It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Now,
Christian, do you live near a library? Do you know where your library is?
I know of one near me, yeah.
Walk in and get your library card. First of all, you can just take DVDs if you want. You can't take them. You got to check them out. But yeah. We're trying to get Christian to watch all these movies.
No, you'd be
they're
shocked.
Not streaming. It's like, go to the library or use the free services streaming through your library.
Shout out to the county and city libraries for that matter, but you can get a shocking amount of stuff with your library card.
Amazing.
When we went up over the 4th, we went up to Jordanelle. We rented a dang telescope. Mm-hmm. Like, it was super cool.
Yeah.
And this, I guess, do you rent things from the library? Borrowed?
Yeah.
A beautiful, awesome telescope. It was super cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So shout out to the libraries.
Yep.
That don't make me outraged.
I'm with you.
It doesn't really fit into
Outrage Friday?
Anger Friday. Yeah. Time for the top 3 stories of the day. KSLSports.com, brought to you by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number 1, still no news on the Protect College Sports Act.
Not good, Ben.
No, it's because it's not going to pass. If you want to know what makes me mad, and I'm not even mad about it because I don't have the time or emotion to be mad about it. I've got too much going on in the world and my own life and things, and all good things. I'm saying, you know what I mean? I truly don't have the bandwidth to rue the downfall of college athletics that we are seeing happen very dramatically. Now, do I believe 5 years from now college athletics are going to cease to exist? I don't believe that. They're going to find a way to keep this afloat, and when we finally get to an actual deadline where something has to be done, I think people will fix it. Somebody will fix it. I would hope. I don't think we've gotten to that point yet, and that's why there's not been more momentum towards actually getting a bill passed to save what is something that a lot of people, myself included, do love. But one of the things that does frustrate me is just watching this relatively precipitous collapse of this thing that was not that broken. So it is more broken today than it was 10 years ago when people decided it needed to be fixed.
I could not agree. I could not have said that better myself. Let this be a lesson to all of us to not try and fix something that is not broken.
Yeah.
I don't think college sport, I argued it 4 years, which is why I directly blame Gordon Monson because it was him who I had this argument with the most. Nobody was being exploited. It was actually a really positive thing in a lot of people's lives for a lot of reasons, including the players. I would argue that college sports, and I guess it's even more true now, but college sports has pulled more people out of poverty than many other programs in this great country. Where you give people opportunities to better their lives through education is an extraordinarily valuable thing. It was never broken in the first place. Let this be a lesson to not mess with something that doesn't need to be messed with. Nobody was starving. I always hated those arguments like, oh, these people are nobody was starving. Everybody was living. I gave you an example off the air of something in my personal life that, sometimes we need to say blessed.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Right.
This is pretty great. And I've told you this before. There's just a certain point of the population where if you handed them $100, they would complain and say, "What? Not $250?"
Yeah.
I see that. Maserati you're driving around in. You can't throw $250 my way. What's the deal?
Yep.
And what a scary impulse.
I will tell you, I was on the players should get paid side, and I was naive to the point of thinking what exactly has happened, which is what the doomsdayers, like you, said would happen. I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe there was going to be that much money from donors or whoever to put money into these programs and that would get out of hand this quickly. And I was completely wrong. I just totally underestimated what people's desires are to have whatever this is.
Well, we should have all realized how evil the universities are and how evil their ecosystem is. In all honesty, and I do value education, and I value my education and the education that I received. But is it a surprise that these greedy universities are eating themselves? Should any of us be shocked?
No.
Where they have, in that system, prioritized money in academics and in athletics for decades, that now all of a sudden these greedy institutions are eating themselves. Should we be shocked? It's just sad that it has to have consequences that are something a lot of us love, and that's college sports, in my opinion.
I'm going to say guys specifically, because the fact of the matter is, for the most part, and there are exceptions, men's football, men's basketball is what drives finances in college athletics, right? That's where the money is made. There are women's basketball programs, women's softball programs, volleyball programs that do make money, but what this is all about is men's football, and men's basketball. Do you think there are, can you name a good guy in all of this? Like, who are the good guys right now? Because for a minute, it seemed like, is Cody Campbell one of the good guys? Kind of seems like he's, fighting for the thing that people want fought for. And, pulled back the mask, and he's the worst guy. At least in my opinion. I don't know. Kurt Signetti feels like he should be the good guy. You win in Indiana, that's awesome. There's no way he's one of the good guys. It's just it's not a chance.
Okay, my issue with that, what you're saying, looking for good guys and bad guys, you're judging people's character. Honestly, I don't care about Cody Campbell's character. What is he trying to do?
Sure, and I think that's what I mean. Do we feel like anyone's actually trying to accomplish the right thing? Is there an obvious figure?
Yes, you may hate Cody Campbell, but he's trying to
You
at
think
least.
he is?
I think he's trying to accomplish some sort of regulation and trying to use his clout,
influence, yeah.
his influence to get it over the hump.
Okay.
Do I agree with everything in the bill that he's trying to push? Not really. He probably has some selfish motivations. There's probably a lot of things about it that I do not like. But is it better than the alternative? Is it better than having no rules at all? Probably so. So I don't have to endorse the man's personality or politics.
Sure.
Frankly, I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with
It's
anything.
how does the sausage get made?
Yeah.
Honestly, what comes out? Is it a beautiful, delicious bratwurst? I don't care what happened. I don't care what the politics of the butcher were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The ends can justify the means.
You may hate Tommy Tuberville's politics, and I've heard a particularly disturbing story about his personal life, but he's at least proposing something that would be helpful. 5 to play 5,
Yeah.
and only one transfer. So whatever's got to be done to get it over the hump. Now, I'm with you. It's not getting over the hump. Neither one is going to make it past the finish line, and so we're stuck with what we've got.
I don't even see a person, a program, even though if I believe in what Ted Cruz and Maria Cantwell are trying to accomplish, or Tommy Tuberville is trying to accomplish, I don't even see a glimmer of hope that that's even close to happening.
No, probably not. But I certainly don't care about good guys, bad guys. Okay. I mean, it's all about the result. So,
okay.
In my opinion.
No, totally fair.
As long as the water comes out of my tap clean, then I'm...
How it gets there doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Totally fair.
All right, what's next?
Number 2, CBS has placed your guy, Tony Romo, on leave after his OWI arrest.
Who your guy are you pointing that at?
If the shoe fits. I think you both like him, right?
I like him. Jake does not like him.
No, he's terrible.
He's the worst.
He is the worst. People have listened to the show long enough to catch on to that game, or at least me on the radio to catch on to that game, that I like saying your guy, assigning that at random to people. People understand that's a joke, right? Because I pick some pretty random people that aren't your guy to say your guy.
Your guy, Windy.
Could be anybody. It could be anybody.
I just think that's a funny joke, and I'm probably the only one on the planet that does. But good job, Christian. I like your use of it there. Man, I do have sympathy for people who make mistakes, But you also have to live with the consequences of your mistakes. And I suppose Tony Romo's probably lucky that he has a job, after making that mistake, I suppose. I don't
If
know.
he still does, he may not.
He may not. I don't know if is this a fireable offense? I hate going down those roads. I don't know.
We don't need to make that decision.
No,
so
I'm glad I don't have
I'm
to.
not going to step up to the plate to pretend I need to make it. I have liked Romo. I do feel like he's gotten worse, which is a bad sign. I would hope you would get better in that job until you do the Chris Collinsworth thing, which is like, yeah, you've done it for 25 years now or whoever. At some point, you're going to slow down a little bit. Chris is not as sharp as he was 10 years ago or 15 years ago in his prime. He's still fine. Romo started, I thought, very well and got a little bit less interesting because I think he settled in a little bit to who his character or the character that he became was. But, yeah, man, consequences to your actions. I don't know what to tell you.
My critique for him as an analyst, you better figure out how to move past gimmick really quick.
Yeah, you should.
Tony Romo was a gimmick because he had the predict the plays thing, which got old in about 10 minutes, and then he had nothing else.
Yeah.
And he's not, he doesn't bring anything necessarily to the broadcast.
He seems actively lazy at times.
Everybody fell in love with him because they're like, wow, this Tony Romo's a genius. He knows what's coming. And it's like, okay, that's not really his job to know what's coming.
It only takes you so far.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I would guess he's bored.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you say, gotten lazy or whatever. He's probably bored. I think all athletes, from my personal experience, do have a challenge in moving on to the next phase of their life, and what exactly that's going to be. And an easy one for some athletes is to move into the broadcast booth because of you were the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Sure.
It doesn't make it exciting for you necessarily. It doesn't mean that you're good at it. It is an entirely different job. Guys like Chris Collinsworth, or I'll throw our guy Tim Lacombe into this, really enjoy the job and that it keeps their foot in the door with basketball. But they enjoy both those things. You know, Tony probably doesn't hate being around football still, but it's not playing. It is not the same. And you do get attention for it, which I'm sure he enjoys, but it's not. You're not the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys anymore. So some people want to do the job and some people treat it disrespectfully. And I believe Tony is the latter.
Thurl, Big T, Thurl Bailey, has actively gotten better at the job.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
And I think clearly does the work, and is better. Reggie Miller has gotten better. Reggie Miller used to be truly unlistenable.
He's really good.
He is better than he used to be. There are guys that get worse, no question.
I would guess if you, and again, when we have these kind of discussions, it sounds like you're clowning people at the beginning, and I'm not trying to do that, but I'm thinking of the longest tenured broadcaster that I know. I bet if you listen to Ron Boone in 1990 and then Ron Boone 10, 15 years later or whatever, he's a million times better because he really likes the job and he's a good broadcaster and he improves at his craft, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think Tony's done that.
Agreed. No, you're
I
exactly
think
right.
Tom Brady is disrespectful to the job. I think it's stupid that they've come up with the excuse that he can't prep for games because he's the owner of the Raiders. Then don't let him do the job.
Correct.
Or don't let him own the Raiders.
Yep.
All right, what's next?
Number 3, speaking of this gambling mess, Terry Rozier could potentially be off the hook, according to ESPN.
There's a text, apparently, that has surfaced that says, quote, "Don't tell Terry." And his lawyer is trying to say that that's evidence that he didn't know about these bets that were being taken place on his games or his over-unders. A lot of people write letters before they commit a crime, specifically laying out what they think their alibi is going to be, or I went into this house with this intention, even though obviously they went in with a different intention. So my guess is this is not going to get Terry off the hook.
I don't know. You know what stinks about this is like the gambling thing, like we talked about, is like the biggest story in sports. But Terry Rozier is such an inconsequential player. So is Michael Porter Jr., his little brother. I'm not trying
Jonte Porter.
I'm not trying to slander Michael Porter
Correct.
Jr. They're so inconsequential, it doesn't make the waves it should. You know, whether he gets convicted or not, it's not going to move the needle at all because nobody, and I mean nobody, cares about Terry Rozier. Pete Rose was the best dang player in baseball for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Black Sox fixed the World Series.
The World Series that they were favored to win.
So that depresses me, honestly, because it should move the needle, and we should care.
In a motion to dismiss 2 charges, I think he's facing 4 charges. In a motion to dismiss 2 charges against Rozier, attorney David Marcus wrote that a text sent by co-conspirator De Niro Laster shows that Rozier did not know about the alleged bets. Laster, a childhood friend of Rozier, is accused of selling inside information about Rozier's plans to leave a March 2023 game early as part of an alleged betting scheme. Quote, "Don't tell Chum about the bet," Laster wrote, according to the filing. Chum is Rozier's nickname.
That's a crappy nickname.
Chum?
Yeah.
It's not a good one.
Wonder how he got it.
I don't know.
You bleed in the water or something?
That's right. That's what it... Because he also has Scary Terry.
Also,
Everybody named Terry is Scary Terry.
Scary
That's
Terry.
a lazy one.
Yeah.
is Terry short for something?
Terrence?
Oh, probably.
Probably Terrence.
Yeah, probably Terrence. All right. Well, good luck to Terrence. Terrence is a strong name. He should just drop the Terry and go with Terrence.
Okay.
Like reinvent himself like a failing company.
Oh,
You indicted Terry. I'm Terrence.
I'm Terrence. Real name Terry.
Meta World
Full
Peace.
name.
Real name Terry.
Full name Terry.
Okay.
Yep.
All
The
right.
third.
Well, he can't do that then. Maybe he should. He should anyway.
His Wikipedia page. Terry William Rozier III, nicknamed Scary Terry. That's what it says. That's his first sentence of his wiki. So shout out Scary Terry.
Yeah. Stay tuned. More Jacob Ed next. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.